In this session, we are going to discuss some probable questions for essay type answering. I have selected few poems from which questions may appear. Okay. Now, see, the most probable poems for essay type questioning. Now, from theme nature, you better note it down, right? I do not 100% assure that these will appear, but they may come according to my analysis of previous year's questions. Nature theme, To the Evening Star. Now you know this poem, To the Evening Star. It comes under theme nature. It is about the evening star. The poet is William Blake. You know how William Blake addresses the evening star on behalf of mankind and other creatures and even nature, love and protection, caring for the people and other creatures during darkness. Right, that is the simple idea of this poem. Now pay your attention to these. Actually, these are not really questions. These are some areas from where questions may raised or asked. From these areas, from these places, from these themes or ideas, they may question you. Sometimes they may question about positive effect on mankind. Nature's positive effect on mankind. Now here, the evening star represents nature. Now nature has some positive, benevolent effect, good effect, positive effect on mankind and other creatures. Nature's love, nature's caring nature, protection against evilness, because nature has evilness too. Now from this evilness, nature protects the innocent. Now evening star is a character like that because she protects the innocent. Sometimes they may question about it. Take this idea. Sometimes nature brings about mental happiness, peace. And this poem is also about nature's beauty and power. Sometimes they may question about nature's beauty and power, nature's generosity, nature's unselfishness, nature's support for mankind through the character of evening star, because she is regarded as an angel, a messenger from God, bringing God's love for mankind, God's protection for mankind to the dark world. To the dark world. Sometimes they may question about dual aspects of nature, double aspects of nature. Now in this poem, there are two aspects of nature depicted. What are the two aspects? Evilness, goodness. Evilness, goodness. Yes, you better take note of these things. Don't just keep listening. Write down short notes. Write down short notes. I prepared all of these things for you. Write them down. Right? Dual aspects of nature. Nature's evilness, nature's goodness. Now in this poem, the evening star represents nature's goodness. Evening star represents nature's goodness. The lion, the wolf, the west wind, they all represent nature's evilness. Now they are in perfect balance. Perfect balance. When evilness is too high, nature's goodness appears and saves the innocent. The lion and the evening star are symbolic of evilness and goodness of nature. Man's innocent, helpless, weak, and dependent situation before the mighty power of nature. Sometimes they may question about this. How man is innocent, how man is helpless, how man is depending on nature. Because the poet has so many requests to the evening star. So many requests, you know them. Those requests manifest how man is helpless, how man is innocent, how man is depending on nature's mighty power. Now, evening star represents nature's power, right? And how man worships nature out of fear, reverence, weakness, and ignorance. Man worships nature. The poet worships the evening star because of his fear. He reveres, he respects, he worships the evening star, right? He respects the evening star. Now, from these areas, they may raise questions. From these areas, they may raise questions. They may give you questions out of this information. You have to logically answer. You have to logically answer. Okay. That is one probable poem from which questions may come. There is another one, according to my analysis. A Bird Came Down the Walk by Emily Dickinson. Now you know the story. Emily Dickinson monitors a bird coming into her garden through the gate, and she thinks this bird acts like a stranger who enters her garden without permission. That is what the poem tells us. But the idea is not that. The theme of the poem is somewhat different from the subject matter. Now, first area, nature's law of survival. Now, this poem depicts how animals survives in nature. Nature has a system for each other's survival. Now, in nature, they do not go shopping. They do not go to supermarkets for their food. Nature itself has food for them, right? That is nature's law of survival. In this law of survival, there is no love. There is no brotherhood. There is no friendship. No friendship. There is no sympathy. There is no mercy. There is only necessity, need, necessity, and satisfaction. There is no greediness. No greediness. That bird does not kill the beetle. Why? Because the bird is no more hungry. No more hungry. The bird kills the fellow worm. Why? Fellow worm. Fellow, friend. Fellow means a friend. But nature's law is not that. Nature's law has no friendship, no sympathy. Now, this bird will be food for another one. That is the law. There is discipline and order in nature. We call it, nature is in balance. Everything in nature is in balance. If you disrupt that balance, it will bring serious effect to the nature. And question may ask from these: man's distance and alienation. Alienation. Man is a stranger, alien. Man is far away, distant from nature. That's true. We are proud. We proudly think we are a super creature. We are super creatures. All other animals are inferior creatures. Because of that thought, nature has rejected us. All other animals have rejected us. The other animals do not take us as their companions. As their companions. They see us as strangers, as aliens. Now, where do you see this in the poem? The poet proudly goes to the bird with some piece of food, human food, but the bird does not take it. He rejects it, man and the food. He rejects man and the food and goes away. Now, what is the idea? We people are no more regarded as element of nature. We people are no more regarded as element of nature. That is the idea. From these areas, they will question you. Questions may come out of these interpretations, these themes, right? Be ready. Right. Under theme conflict, I thought a question may come out of this poem. I know why the cage bird sings. These are only probable matters, not 100% sure. I do not know. Really, I do not know the question paper, but I guess with my previous knowledge and practices, freedom and loss of freedom. Now, you know this poem, the subject matter. There's the speaker. Speaker is outside the poem, third person point of view. Third person point of view, right? Now, she speaks about freedom. Freedom of humans and loss of freedom to these humans. Now, the free bird represents free people. These free people have all sorts of privileges, social rights. They enjoy life. In the same society, there is another group of people. They have lost their freedom because of free people. Because of the free bird, cage bird has lost his freedom. Because of the free people, some other people have lost their freedom. How? There is racism. Racism means your hatred against other people, other races. If Sinhalese hate Tamils, it is racism. If Tamils hate Sinhalese, it is racism. Social discrimination. Discrimination means you differentiate people. You separate people. You separate people as Sinhalese, you separate people as Tamils, you separate people as Muslims. You separate people according to religion and treat them differently. Social discrimination, racial hatred, jealousy, violence, anger. Now those things are implied in this poem. They may have a question from this, for this. The other, man is born free. Now all men are born free. Actually, as human, when we are born to this world, we are human. Nobody knows we are Sinhalese, nobody knows we are Tamil or Muslim or Japanese, English, nothing. But who separates us? Color of our skin, our religion, language. Now these things differentiate, separate, discriminate people. Sometimes some people think they are superior and other people are inferior. Now in the poem Cage Bird, Freebird thinks he is the superior person, Cage Bird is the inferior. Superior means high, inferior means low. Or sometimes good or bad, white and black. That idea of white and black is also there. Maya Angelou writes about black people's situation in America through the symbol of cage bird, and white man's situation in America through the symbol of free bird. They may have a question. Oppression and suppression in terms of race and complexion, loss of social justice and humanity. Oppression and suppression. Oppress, suppress people by some other people because of their race, because of their complexion. What is complexion? Skin color. Skin color. Because of their skin color, they separate people, they differentiate people, they discriminate people. They lose their social justice, sometimes humanity, human qualities, human values, right? That is the idea of this poem, and they may raise questions from these areas, right? Be familiar with these ideas. Once upon a time, this is another poem. By Gabriel O'Hara. I think a question may come out of this poem. This is my guess, my guesswork, but I am not 100% sure. I am supporting you, I am helping you. You can guess yours, right? Once upon a time. Now in this poem, Gabriel O'Hara compares, contrasts his present society, present people with the past society and past people. You understand, right? Now, according to the poem, the poet is not happy, satisfied with his present society. Because in present society, collapse of human values, collapse means breakdown. All good human values lost, washed away. What are these values? Honesty, brotherhood, friendship, truthfulness, togetherness, openness, cooperation, love, all those things lost. They are good human values. Now, in the past society, they had them, but in the present society, they do not have them. And development of jealousy. Now, in present society, jealousy develops day by day because of this material life. Hypocrisy, falsehood, pretense in the modern society, in contrast with the past society. Now, people are no more real. They have pretended characters, false characters. O'Hara says, I have many faces. I can change them like dresses. Home face, the street face, host face, like that. They are the many characters, pretending, hypocrisy, falsehood. They may raise question about these things. Question number 2 may come out of this place, this area. Children are innocent. Innocent means not bad, not corrupted. Elders are corrupted. Now, in this poem, this father, the poet is the father, he speaks to his son, little son. The little son is listening to father's story, this narrative about the past and the present society. This father believes, teach me, my dear son. I want to unlearn. Unlearn, forget these bad values. This father thinks children still have those good values of the past society. Those good values of the past society. And he expects to learn those good values from his son. Children still have good human values, but elders spoil them. And he also believes that it is elders who spoil. Spoil means corrupt, make them bad. It is elders who spoil their children with bad values. Bad values. Right. The poet wants to be a man of the past with good human values, which he expects to learn from his son. And dual aspect of human modern life, yes. Superficially, this poem depicts modern life has double nature. What is double nature? You show something else to society, but inside there is another ego, another soul. You have double characters. To society, you have a false character. But within yourself, there is you. You don't show your real nature, real character to society. That is the nature of modern human life. That's quite true. Right. Theme of life, father and son. I think a question may come out of this poem too. Right? This is for your easy understanding, easy studies. Father and son. You know the poet. This is really a song by Cat Stevens. Now, this song depicts a very important theme. What is that important theme? Conflict, clash between old generation and new generation. It is the clash between you and your parents. Sometimes parents want you to live as they lived, but you want to live as you like. That is the generational conflict. Because two generations have different attitudes towards life. Now, in this song, this poem, father has his own attitudes towards life. That is, they are also correct. The child, the son also has his own attitudes towards life. That is also correct. Right? But both father and son fail to come to some sort of agreement between them, consent between them about their attitudes. That creates conflict. Generational conflict creates new societies. Now, this conflict is very essential. Why? Very important. It is this conflict that creates a new society. Without this conflict, there will be no new society. Society will be rotten, stagnant, not moving, not dynamic. Society will be in the same place. if there is no conflict. This is a good idea. They may raise a question about this, right? Then you have to discuss the conflict between father and son, and how finally the son decides to leave home, never to return, right? Second one, elders' authority and control over children. They expect children to follow them passively. This is another theme. Elders always expect children to follow them, children to listen to them. Elders want children to be passive, not questioning. Children are anti-conventional, against convention. But elders are conventional. Children are modern, according to the time. Elders have experience, but elders also have experience and knowledge about life, but they fail to share. This is their weakness. Now, these elders have valuable knowledge, valuable experience about life, but they never share it with children, their sons and daughters. They never teach them, right? There is no communication about this. That is why this son does not believe in what the fathers say. Children have no trust and faith in elders. This is true. Therefore, there is clash. Because elders do not listen to children. Now, even in the lumber room, Nicholas criticizes. You are not listening. Criticizes aunt. You are not listening to us. You don't listen to good things. Nicholas criticizes. You don't listen to our problems. Bobby complained to you about his tight boots, shoes, but you never listened. You never took actions. Nicholas, this is the same conflict, right? I also thought the poem Clown's Wife, they may have questions for these, right? Question for these. Now, Clown's Wife is written by Johnson Agard. It's also very interesting, nice poem about our life, especially about relationships, human relationships. Now, in this poem, there is a husband, there is wife. Husband's profession is a clown. The wife does not do any job. And when the husband is in unhappy mood, the wife realizes it. The wife realizes. The wife feels it. Life is to be shared with other social members to ease painful burden of it. Now this clown's wife understands, feels her husband is in real trouble. Her husband is in pain. She understands. Now, what is the suggestion idea? If you share your problems with other people, you will feel easy. You will feel relaxed. Because your burden is shared. Painful burden is shared with your beloved ones. Effect of love, sympathy, caring, sacrifice. Now, these things are very valuable to life. Sympathy, sharing, caring, sacrifice, love. They are very important to life. Without these, life will be boring. Now, you know why Richard Corey kills himself. He has a lot of money, but he kills himself. Why? Because he does not have these things. He does not have the pleasurable feelings of love, caring, sharing. He lives a lonely life. That loneliness kills him. Right? Breakdown of communication between partners brings about sorrow, unrest, unhappiness, dissatisfaction. Now, you know, communication is very important to life. Even in breakfast, we discuss this. The poem Breakfast, the two partners, they fail to communicate. Therefore, their relationship breaks down. Now, even here, this wife, she tries to keep communication with her husband. It is only the husband who is silent, taciturn, not speaking, right? Because of this breakdown of communication, this wife is unhappy. Wife is unhappy because she wants to know what is troubling her husband, but husband is not ready to share, not ready to communicate. That brings unhappiness to this couple. Dual aspect of life. Again, life is dual. It's true. Double aspects. Life is superficially very nice, but inwardly life is full of burden, full of problems. Superficial aspect. Now, clown superficially, the clown is superficially happy, very active, skillful, talented, authoritative. But inside this clown, there is an unhappy, weak character, right? That is life. There is an unseen life full of pain and suffering. This is not seen by the outside world. This is not felt by the outside world. Now, from these areas, they may have questions for you. You better note them down. Right? When discussion goes on, please write it down. Theme humor. Under this poem, theme, I think a question may come out of huntsman. Huntsman. You know the story of Kagwa, Edward Lowberry. Now, speech is silver, silence is golden. Now, what is the idea? Speech is much valuable, or silence is much valuable. Now, according to the story, silence is much valuable, speech is less valuable. Why? The hunter loses his life because of his mouth, speech. Think before you speak. Develop your speech skill as well as physical skills. Right? Develop your speech skills as well as physical skills. Another idea. Now, Kagwa has physical skills. He can hunt lions. He can handle the spear quite well, but he cannot handle his mouth. He cannot control his mouth. He is not intelligent. He is not an intelligent speaker. He is a dull hunter, no wisdom. What we see may not always be true. Things may mislead you. The other idea. Now, what you see is not always the truth. It could be misleading you. Now, the skull is true only to the huntsman. The skull is not true to the other soldiers. That is why they kill huntsmen. Because the skull misleads hunter. Listen much, speak less. Another moral lessons. Actually, these are moral lessons for you from this poem. Two's company. I think sometimes a question may come out of this or that. Now, this is the story about a ghost and a man. You know the story. A man rejects the belief of ghosts, but finally he meets a ghost. Right. We are not going to test the truthfulness of this story. But what is the idea? Do not reject any belief without proper investigation. Now, this poem tells us, don't reject any idea or any belief or any concept, any story without proper investigation and research. Without a scientific research, logical research, don't reject anything. There is very little known science to experience the whole world. Now, this world is too big. There are still unknown things in this world, but we have very little science. We have much more. We have much science hidden in this world. That cannot be grasped by the existing science. Some phenomena, some events, some happenings are beyond the modern science. Some phenomenon or some happening, some incidents are beyond our modern science. Even modern science failed to interpret them. Right? We have still to find out a new science to interpret these things. That is what this poem tells us. Not to believe ghosts, but to think this way, rationally. Right. Now, these are some possible areas from poetry. But you have to know these things. You have to know techniques. You have to know what kind of techniques are used in these poems. Because they may question techniques. Remember, from these poems, they may question about techniques. Themes, they may question about themes. Now, all questions are based on themes, but special themes they may question. Right? Okay? Be ready for them. Then we'll go to the prose forms, the lumber room. Definitely a question comes out of this. You have to get ready for any prose item or for a short story or for a non-fiction. The lumber room. Nicholas' character. They may question about Nicholas' character. Please read character analysis. Character sketches, please read. We have discussed them elaborately. Aunt's character. Conflict between Nicholas and aunt. How aunt and Nicholas in conflict. Discuss everything they do. Everything that happens between them from critical point of view. Aunt's nature of child upbringing. How this aunt brings up children. The way she punishes children. The way she hates children. The way she rewards children. Right? Her strict rules, nature, discuss everything. Nicholas' lumber room experience. How Nicholas experienced lumber room. What things he meets. His feelings and thoughts. Don't just mention the things he meets, but discuss how he feels. How he expresses his thoughts, critical thoughts. Write down everything. Write down everything. Sir Farewell, Barn and Stack and Tree. No. In the poem Farewell to Barn and Stack and Tree, there is a conflict between two brothers about theme of love. The other poem, War is Kind, is different. It is about war, useless nature of war. Remember, don't get confused. Conflict is the common theme. Under common theme, there are other types of conflict. Conflict of love, conflict of war, conflict of jealousy, likewise, right? Then lumber room experience, the world of children. They may question about the world of children and the world of elders. Now, children world is represented by Nicholas. Elders world is represented by aunt. Discuss their difference, qualities, characteristics of each world. Children's world is curious, open-hearted, truthful, innocent, imaginative, creative. But elders' words are hypocritical, jealous, full of hatred, less creative, less imaginative, right? They are conventional, elders' word. Then the nightingale and the rose. If you are going to answer a question from this, they may think of this. Examiner may question out of this. The nightingale's character. Discuss all qualities of nightingale's character, good qualities as well as weak qualities. The nightingale is highly emotional. That is her great weakness. She is too emotional, not rational, not logical. That is why she loses her life. Then professor's daughter's character, discuss all qualities, good qualities as well as weak qualities, student's character. And they may also question love, nature of love in this short story. True love. The nightingale represents true love, material love, opportunistic love. That is represented by professor's daughter. And cheating love, cheating, misleading love, false love, that is represented by student. Now, three of these characters understand love from different point of view. Three of these characters understand love. Immature love. Yes, immature love as the student. The student has immatured. He is immature about love. Even the nightingale has some one aspect of love, true love. But love is, love should be true, but at the same time, it must have material values and all those things, right? Now they may question out of this. Then wave. What may be the questions? Mother's love. Now wave, you know, the wave is not a short story, remember. It's a non-fiction. It's a true story. True story. Therefore, we call it non-fiction. We don't take it as a short story. Now, in this short story, it's a narrative about a man's fight against nature, a man's struggle against nature. Now, here, man's means both man and woman. Huh? In literature, man means common term for man and woman. Mother's love and sacrifice for children. They may question about this. Speaker's love and sacrifice. You know the story, write it, how she does it. The writer's character as a mother and a daughter. Sometimes they question about the writer's character as a mother. As a mother, her qualities, and as a daughter, her qualities. You have to write it into paragraph. Her mother's character, her love, her sacrifice, her dedication in protecting children, right? And as daughter, selfish nature, unloving nature, irresponsible character. Likewise, you can discuss. Read the character analysis. Man's helpless and weak character before mighty nature. This is some other aspect they may question. Now, in this speech, in this narrative, we can see how the speaker tries to save their lives from tsunami. Man and machine both fails. Finally, she gets into a jeep. She thinks jeep will save their lives, but it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Nature wins, man is defeated. Nature wins, man is defeated. That theme is also there. And the other one, theme of luck and destiny. Luck. Sometimes we believe in luck. We believe in destiny. Destiny we do not know. Even luck we do not know. Now, look at this story. Sonali, Dharaniyagal, her sons, husbands, they all run away from tsunami wave. Luckily, they find a jeep. Now luck operates. Luck operates. Luckily, she first notices tsunami wave. That is how luck operates. They can escape wave at first. Luck operates. They get into a jeep and jeep takes them away. Luck operates. But finally, what happens? Apart from Dharaniyagal, a speaker, all other people are killed. That is their destiny. They are not lucky. Only Dharaniyagal is lucky. Right. Now, this is how luck and destiny operates human lives. Then the Lahore attack. What could be the areas for questioning? Theme of terrorism and cricket. They may question about terrorism, violence in Sri Lanka as well as in Lahore, and cricket. Cricket's place in Sri Lanka. The speaker's leader's character. Sangakkara's leadership qualities, you know, I have elaborately discussed them. Please read the notes. The speaker's attitudes before and after the terrorist attack. Now, sometimes they question Sangakkara's attitudes, views before the Lahore attack, and how he changes his views after the Lahore attack. Sometimes they question. Right. Then, Twilight of a Crane, the drama. Some essay-type questions may appear out of these ideas. Love and money in conflict. How love and money in conflict? Now, love is represented by Sue, money is represented by Yo-Yo. How Sue fights for money, you have to write. How Yo-Yo fights for money, you have to write. Then finally, you have to say how both of them lose. They are losers. Nobody wins. Sue does not win. Yo-Yo does not win. They fail. They fail. They fail. What is the idea? We need both love and money, but in moderate way, in middle path. We must not love madly. We must not love money madly. We need both love and money to live a happy life. You have to discuss that. Then Sue's ideal womanly character. Discuss all good qualities of Sue's character as a woman, as a wife. Discuss all good qualities she has. And her sacrifice, her dedication, her love for the family, her love for the husband. She has a vision for life. She wants to live a happy, simple life. Then Yo-Yo's character. Yo-Yo's character analysis. Sudu and Unsu's character analysis. Sometimes they may give you compare and contrast. What is compare and contrast? Compare means you have to write similar qualities of both characters. Contrast means you have to discuss dissimilar qualities of both characters. Sometimes they may question about simple life against modern material life. Simple life. Now, Sue, Yo-Yo, especially Sue, represent simple life. Sudu, Unsu, they represent modern life because they are city people. They come to Yo-Yo's house from the city. City people love material life. To live a material life, they need money. To earn money, they need senbaori. They come to Yo-Yo's house looking for senbaori because they need senbaori to earn money. That is material life. Simple life is represented by Sue. Sue does not love money. She does not want money. She earns her life herself without depending on money. She loves love. She loves a simple, happy family life with Yo-Yo. She does not like city life. That is why she asked Yo-Yo not to go to Kyoto, because he will never return. Then erosion. Erosion means loss, wash away of good human values in the face of man's greediness for money. Now, this is another theme of this drama. Now, human good values are threatened, washed away by man's greediness for money. Now, think of Yo-Yo, Sudu, and Unsu. Sudu and Unsu are totally corrupted people. They have no any good human values. They have no sympathy. They have no kindness. They have no empathy. They have no love. They are unselfish. They are selfish, not unselfish. They are exploiting people. They are greedy. They are jealous. Right? Even Yo-Yo turns into one of them at the end. Now what happens? All good values are washed away, destroyed by this greediness for money and material life. A woman's love and sacrifice for the well-being of a family. Now, all women, all wives, all married women think of their family first. Think of their children first. That is why Sonali Dharnigal takes her children away before her parents. Because all married women, primary concern is family, their children. For that family and children, they sacrifice a lot. Your mother sacrifices a lot for your family because she loves the well-being of a family, happiness of family. Well-being means happiness, right? Even the clown's wife sacrifices too much for the well-being of the family. There are many other incidents in the same syllabus. You understand? Sacrifices, right? Now here, Sue sacrifices much of her life, her beauty, her talents, her skills for the well-being of this family. But she fails finally. Discuss. Innocent nature of animal world against man's corrupted world. This is something related to nature. Now, nature's world, animal's world is innocent, not corrupted. Now here Sue represents animal world. Actually, she has all good qualities of an animal because animals are not greedy. Think of a bird came down the road. Animals are easily satisfied. Animals have no value in money. They love. All animals live together. All animals have the sense of love, right? A mother dog may love its puppies as your mother loves you, right? But man's world is corrupted. Think of Sudu, think of Unsu, think of Yo-Yo. They do not even respect other humans. But in the animal world, you do not find it. That is another aspects of this drama. Then the last one, The Bear. The Bear by Anton Chekhov. Now, in Twilight of a Crane, characters are both realistic and fantastic characters. But in the drama Bear, characters are both really realistic. There are no fantastic characters. Now, Sue is a fantastic character. But Popo and Smirnov, Luca, they are realistic characters from real life. Now, these things may be questioned. Faithful love, honest love, and marriage on it, and marriage based on love, they may question. Now, Popova is a married woman. Popova's husband is Nikolai, but their marriage fails because Nikolai is not a faithful man. Nikolai never respects Popova's love for him. Therefore, their marriage fails. And finally, Popova accepts Smirnov as new husband. Why? Smirnov loves faithful love and marriage. Smirnov respects it. He expresses his love open-heartedly to Popova. Therefore, she believes Smirnov is far more better than Nikolai. Even Smirnov remains unmarried until his middle age because he fails to find a faithful woman. Finally, he finds a faithful woman, that is Popova. Therefore, he falls in love with her and decides to marry her. That is the idea. Then erosion of good human values from that society, landowners society. They have lost all good values. They are immoral, unfaithful. They have no respect for love and marriage. They love money. They love land. They do not love humanity. Right, discuss. Popova's character analysis may appear. Smirnov character analysis may appear. Please read character analysis. I have given it to you. Luca's character comparison and contrast. I told you how to compare and contrast similar qualities and dissimilar qualities. Then woman's struggle for emancipation. This is another idea for questioning. Emancipation. It is mentioned in this drama. What is emancipation? Conflict between man and woman over equal rights in that society. Emancipation. Freedom struggle. Struggle or fight for equal rights. Women demands all rights that men enjoy in society, but men reject. No, we don't give you. That is why Smirnov said, Popova, if you want equal rights, you must fight and win. You must fight and win in the duel. If you win, you can have equal rights. That is that nature. That question is social problem is also discussed. Emancipation. Smirnov mentions how he supported women's fight for equal rights. How he spent money for them as a youthful character. Right, discuss all those things. And celebration of life over death. This is another theme. What is celebration? We admire life rather than death. Now, Luca is the prominent character here. It is Luca who says life is better than death. That is why Luca asks Popova to stop her useless mourning and to think of a new life. Why? Dead people will never come back. Luca says, even my wife is dead. I forgot her. I lived my life. I continued my life because I love my life. Luca says, asked Popova, says to Popova, she must stop this useless mourning before she becomes an old woman. While she is young, she must enjoy life. Right? Celebration of life over death. Discuss how Luca speaks about this matter by referring to the drama, by pointing out or giving everything mentioned in the drama. Right. Now, these are the areas from which critical essays or critical questions may be, essay type questions may be raised. Be ready for them. Be ready for them for your examination.